Hey guys, it's Sav here again at Changing Hands. I'm going to talk about my October TBR list, and this month I've got 3 brand new horror tales to share with you. See if you're brave enough to make it to the end of this video. First up, we have an escape room themed murder mystery set in the late 90s from Iowa Writers Workshop alum James Hahn Mattson. This is Reprieve. Here's how the story goes. So in the haunted escape room attraction Quigley House, 4 contestants have made it to the final stage of the challenge. And they've made it through, full contact, like monstrous actors and torturous mazes. But before they can complete the final cell and claim their big cash prize, somebody breaks in and murders one of the contestants. Now, those that were present on that fateful night are put on trial, and they each have their own secrets and intricate relationships, and slowly their beliefs and their prejudice start to come to light, and it seems that everyone played a role in the way the events played out that night. So that leads us to ask, who really is responsible for the death and the tragedy of their fellow contestant? This reminds me of those full contact, really weird haunted houses that people sign up for, where they can mess with you and touch you and move you and but this is like that except with actual murder. So that's a little too real for me, and I think that's exactly what makes it scary. So I think you'll love this one. Next up, let's talk about This Thing Between Us by Gus Moreno. All right, so if you're anything like me, then you're a little bit afraid of your Alexa, except, I don't have an Alexa because terrified. But this is exactly like that. This book deals with an Alexa type sort of figure, and that's the Itza. But this is like if your Alexa, or your Itza as it were possessed by ghosts. So that's really scary. In this story, Thiago's wife Vera was the one that insisted on buying the Itza because they were a little freaked out that their Chicago condo was there was all these weird, strange happenings going on. So they thought that this would maybe be a fun little thing that distracted them from all that. But it seems like the addition of the Itza to their house actually makes everything that much worse. Suddenly they start getting these really weird packages delivered to their door. There's eerie songs and noises playing at all odd hours of the night. And of course, they walk in to an empty room and Itza is just talking to herself. So that's terrifying. But then tragedy strikes and Thiago's wife Vera is murdered. And he's so overcome with his grief of the loss of his wife that he decides to leave Chicago and go to the secluded Colorado cabin to try to escape all of his emotions. But it seems like the evil that first perpetuated in their Chicago house has followed him, and now he has to battle all of his emotions, all of the weird technology, paranoia, and perhaps even some evil in his life. If you're a fan of Black Mirror or psychological horror, then I think you'll love this book and you'll be spooked, just like I am. This next book is a quick read that packs a hugely creepy punch. This new novella is called Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. Remember last month when I recommended sci-fi book All-Consuming Worlds from Cassandra Khaw? Well, they have another book coming out this month, and this one's a horror novella. So I really love that book. I think this book is gonna not disappoint, and I mean, just look at that cover. It is so creepy, so terrifying. I can't even look at it. It's, I'm excited to jump into this one. In this story, a thrill-seeking group of friends decides to spend the night in a high-end era mansion in Japan because they're celebrating for an upcoming wedding, and they're hoping that they can have a night of good company, a night with fun and games, food and drinks. Well, they do end up getting some good company in the form of a ghostly bride who's buried beneath the foundation of the house, and all of the other bones and ghosts of the girls that were sacrificed to keep her company. So what starts as a night of fun and games turns into some very ghastly, gory horror. This is a classic haunted house tale that's steeped in Japanese folklore, and as we all know, Japanese horror is some of the top tier. It's so good and spooky. I think that this is a great book to read alone in the dark by yourself, if you're brave enough, if you can handle it. I might not be able to be, I don't know. Cassandra Khaw wrote this book after the sudden loss of their father, and in their own words, they say that the book is an exploration of grief. of ghosts, real and imagined, and what happens when you hold on to the relationships in your life for no other reason than the fact that they're familiar, and why sometimes that is a god-awful idea. So I think that this is a book that deals with not just, creepy, bloody, gory ghosts, but also it's like a meditation on grief and relationships. And, there's something more to these ghosts in the walls, as there usually is. I think that if you're a horror fan, this is like classic horror, classic commentary. You'll really love it. All right, you made it to the end of the video. I guess you were brave enough, but now I challenge you to go out and read these stories, report back, tell me what you think, tell me if you were super spooked and scared while you were reading them. All of these books are brand new and out this month in October. So as always, you can come into the store or order online at changinghands.com to order or pre-order these books. I'm really excited to see what you guys think, and have a safe and happy spooky season.